Do you think they're real?
No. Well, the one we're talking to now in the group chat, we told her she's got to listen. She's like, well, I'm listening to K-pop right now. Fuck you.
See? That's what I'm talking about. These people would rather listen to K-pop than a great podcast about cryptids and Josh dropkicking cryptids and stuff that's under the pyramids. It makes no sense to me. They can't be real.
Look, you'd rather listen to K-pop over us talking about drop kicking an apple thief? Come on.
Welcome to the Conspiracy Kitchen.
What's going on, guys? Thank you for joining us in the Conspiracy Kitchen, where we attempt to find the secret ingredients behind life's daily mysteries. As always, I'm Joe, and I'm accompanied by my sous chef, Joshua, aka the Crypt. Well, actually, we should stop right there.
Why?
You were called out by one of our biggest fans and some other people about, kind of being a little soft when it came to the giant arachnids in Antarctica. Now, I mean, I don't like spiders. I used to be terrified of them. I guess I kind of outgrew that. I'm not as terrified of them, but I still would not go like hand-to-leg combat with one of those in Antarctica. But a lot of people are saying something about the lack of motivation there on having to deal with spiders in Antarctica, the giant ones.
Oh, they're saying I have no chutzpah? Yeah, I know. No.
Yeah,
Let me explain myself.
Dude, please, dudes.
Yeah. Look, they're just spiders. It's just part of nature. They're not bothering anyone. I wouldn't go roundhouse a deer in the face because it's just moseying along. But cryptids, like the Jersey Devil, they attack people. He killed people and then fucked off into the woods. I'd fuck him up. Like,
You'll punch him right in the corner of his face.
Punch him right in the temple. And what was that little asshole that steals the apples?
Oh, the Bat Witch.
The Bat Witch I'd drop kick across a field or two. Because he's stealing apples. He's being a dickhead. But these spiders, they're just nature. They're just chilling, the spiders. They don't care. They're just moseying along. That's why I'm not afraid of them. I'm afraid of the person I would become if I just were to start going drop kicking spiders. But cryptids, I'll fuck up all day.
Yeah, but like, there's some cryptids that don't hurt people.
Like what?
I mean, the Jersey Devil hasn't killed anyone since his family, I guess, right? You said you would kill Raystown Ray. He doesn't do much.
I don't like how he looks.
Silence. Still like how he looks. But the giant spiders in Antarctica, it's not that you're afraid of them, even though I think you are.
Fuck you. Let's go to Antarctica. I'll leave tomorrow.
All right, so now we're gonna go fight these things.
Yeah.
You know what? You're gonna turn into that person now. So you're fine with that.
Well,
to prove a point.
You're driving me to it. I was perfectly fine with letting them be, but you can't leave well enough alone. Now I gotta go drop kick spiders in Antarctica. What is my life?
If only we could.
What is this? What is this if bullshit?
I guess we should just go.
Acting like I won't.
All right, we'll go.
All right. Watch out for our video on X and Instagram, people.
But the main reason, I guess, of the episode tonight would be the special, you could say. I believe, basically, we live in a simulation. Your friends are not real, for the most part. Neither are your neighbors. Your neighbors are NPCs. Don't let them fool you.
Guess. Maybe they're just boring people. You ever think of that?
No, we live in a simulation. Our friends won't even listen to this podcast. We try to get them to. They don't want to listen to it. We use everyone else to listen to it, except for our actual close friends. They just don't want to listen to it.
It just annoys me. How many episodes in are we now?
This would be 17.
This is 17, and they've yet to listen to one.
Well, we had some that say they listened to 1 or 2.
They didn't listen to one. They didn't. I
Why not?
guarantee. I promise you, they didn't. Because I know our friends. They don't. They don't do that.
Do you think they're real?
No. Well, the one we're talking to now in the group chat, we told her she's got to listen. She's like, "Well, I'm listening to K-pop right now." Fuck you.
See, that's what I'm talking about. These people would rather listen to K-pop than a great podcast about cryptids and Josh dropkicking cryptids and stuff that's under the pyramids. It makes no sense to me. They can't be real.
Look, you'd rather listen to K-pop over us talking about drop kicking an apple thief? Come on.
There's something wrong.
There's something very wrong. All of our friends, they keep giving the same responses, too. They're like, oh, I'm busy. Oh, I plan on listening when I'm doing this and I have time. They're all Shenmue NPCs giving the same response. Like, oh, come back later. And then they just stand there for 9 hours. Bullshit.
Exactly. It's pre-scripted. They're fake. They're not real. And I have more examples about this. Because my neighbors across the street, if they ever listen, they'll think I'm nuts now, but they are not real. The ones across the street are not real. And I will tell you why. I'll start with this. When I go out to get food after work or a weekend at night, no matter what time I leave, they leave the house at the same time. And then, no matter what time I get back home, I pull in the driveway, they pull in the driveway at the same time. And then they just wave, hey neighbor, across the street at us. Every time. So I'm like, what the fuck? And then the one that set it over the edge, and I literally died laughing. I couldn't even pull all the way in my driveway. I was just crying. We went to a Taco Bell, a different Taco Bell this time, because the Taco Bell by my house decided it would be okay to put, a stink bug carcass in my wife's food. So we decided not to go to that one anymore. And by the way, they gave us a $2 off gift card for the next meal, so I guess they made up for it or whatever. So we went to a different Taco Bell.
That's what they call carne asada. Sorry, continue.
So we went to a different Taco Bell, and this Taco Bell is probably 20 minutes from our house, just out of the way. And on the way back, I get on like this 2 or 4 lane divided road. That's kind of a main road over that way, west of us, and I see what looks like my neighbor's vehicle in the mirror as I'm driving. I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if it was them? As I said. And I make the right off that road. I'm going through back roads, and they're still behind us. I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if it was them? It's weird. Go through different back roads up through town, right across the four-way stop. I'm like, are you shitting me? Right across the four-way stop, down our road, all the way. And as I get to my driveway and make the right into my driveway, guess what? That vehicle makes the left into the neighbor's driveway. And I couldn't even pull all the way up into our spot. I was dying laughing. I could not believe this situation. It's every single time I go out and get food. Every time. You tell me that's just a coincidence.
It's the fucking Truman Show.
It's the Truman Show. They're spawning in to make it look like the world is actually like full of life and different things and filler, and it's not just some bland, boring, nothing going on. And the producer or the game master, whatever, is fucking up and doesn't realize I know that they're sending the person out and coming them home at the same exact time. They can't do that. It doesn't make it realistic. I know I'm onto them now.
Is it just your neighbors, or have you noticed this with other people too?
Just a neighbor across the street. They're fake. They came across when we moved in and gave us an apple pie.
Who does
Welcome
this
to the neighborhood.
1955?
That's what I'm saying. It was like some kind of like. It's not real. It's a simulation. They came across like it was the 1950s. They had a nice. The pie was good. It was really good.
Of course it was.
But
it was programmed to be good.
Yeah, it was programmed to be good. They have a kid. When I moved in there, I think their kid was just born. And they bring this pie and like, oh, sorry, we didn't come, a little sooner. We were busy with, yeah, I understand. Here you go. Thank you for the pie.
Yeah, I bet
when I
the
put the
wife is a homemaker and the husband's
yes,
in
she stays
finance.
home.
Yep.
She I don't think she works. I mean, if they're ever gonna listen, which I doubt, but if they ever did, I'm sorry if you do. I don't see her vehicle leave ever. He leaves and goes to work maybe twice a week, and then the other times he works from home. And I mean, my wife's a homemaker; she don't work, but I don't know. And the Christmas lights, the same, the Christmas lights. So I put up. They never put up Christmas lights. I didn't put up Christmas lights the first Christmas we were in this house. Just too much going on. But this year, I put up Christmas lights. I did the whole, and then they texted my wife and went, "Thank you for putting Christmas lights up. We'll put ours up now." And I was like, "What? You wouldn't put them up unless we did?"
Why were
And then
they
they were, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. What the, and then we, no matter how long we ran them a little later than we thought we were going to run them, and they kept them on and on, and then I took them down on a Sunday. The next day they took theirs down.
Now, let me ask you this. What would you do if you waited until they left the house and you just crept over there and broke in and found a big cork board of pictures of you with like yarn connecting it, and then you look at the windows and there's like binoculars and telescopes facing your house? What would you do?
Dude, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I guarantee that's what's happening right now.
They have like my mapped day, like because of my work, and I drive job site to job site. They have like every stop I went to that day on some big board. Oh, he's in this part, this place, all strung together. Dude, I don't know.
Goes
What would
more
you
in
do?
depth.
I mean,
They write down your vehicle mileage. Like, fuck.
what
How
he
do
ate.
you get that?
What would you do?
Burn their house down. What else would I do?
Marv, they have cameras. I can't go over there like that.
They have cameras.
Yes.
I bet they're all facing your house.
Well, I don't know if I can get in
You
depth.
think they're not, but they are.
They're facing the neighbor on my side of the street, the house over. I don't know if I can get in depth on why. I think they might be. I mean, he's a good guy and all, but he might be sketchy. I don't know. But they face his house for some reason. But there's never a time when, like, unless it's like maybe a weekend, maybe the whole family goes out. She's usually home, the wife, so I can't even really sneak in.
Yeah, she's not real. She stays home
Cause
and charges herself in the corner.
they're not real. Your neighbors are real?
I don't talk to my neighbors.
Huh.
These people are
okay.
bringing you pies. I haven't talked to my neighbor ever.
Then the neighbor next door, which I think the camera's facing at, I mean, I've waved at him a couple times. He's kind of to himself. He said hi to the kids maybe twice. He lives by himself in there. Then the neighbor on the other side, we talked to him a couple times, but again, he's older. They're older too. Both neighbors on either side are older. The people across the street are like our age.
How
And
old's
that's
the
about
kid?
it. That's all the houses near us. The kid now, probably like 2.
2.
Because
Okay.
he was just born, like literally. Here, and then this, the day I closed and got here with I came here with the U-Haul. That exact moment, they pulled in from the hospital with the newborn baby.
They may be watching you. It's kind of like in the 80s when they would send Russians to pose as Americans, and they put them in one house as one family. I feel like that's what's happening.
So you think they're spies?
I think they're spies.
And what would I provide, either Russia or any other country or entity? What information would I provide for them?
That's it. That's the mystery. That's what we got to find out.
Is it because we are the conspiracy kitchen?
Yeah, maybe we're getting too close to the truth and they got to stop us. But
They
then they're not
they're
watching
spying
me.
us.
Why am I not interesting? The fuck?
Well, maybe because you're not paying attention.
That's true. I just said I don't talk to my neighbors. They could be watching me.
And you're in a condo.
There's a lot of people around.
They could, like, listen to you through the walls. They could,
They wouldn't hear much. It's usually just me yelling at my cats.
listening to you record the podcast. Listening to whatever else you got going on.
Yeah. My neighbors are creepy.
That's why you don't talk to them.
Well, they're all... I can't... There's a couple that are creepy. There's only one guy that I know, and I watched him yell at an Amazon driver. So I don't think it's him. I wouldn't see an NPC yell at a driver like that.
Nah, I guess
Like
not, no.
Like an old Italian man just, hey, we just had this paved here. He's yelling at him.
But yeah, if the neighbors listening across the street, you know, you guys have been great. This is just an episode. Don't kill me. So, you're thinking maybe not everyone's an NPC, like me and you, or are you an NPC?
Maybe, I don't know. How would I know?
So, like, I don't know. We're real people in the simulation, but then they added fluff, these NPCs or whatever. We're in the Truman Show. I think I have thought of that a lot. Like, the other things that make me feel like that too. Say I go down the street and I go to Bagel Bistro. I swing into Bagel Bistro. I get, you know, my kids' bagels. I get some breakfast sandwiches. Me and my wife, whatever. Then I'll be like, you know what? Let me order coffee from Dunkin' across the street. The drive-through line will be fucking empty. All right? I'm like, all right. As soon as I hit that checkout button and pay, there's like 15 cars in the fucking drive-through as I'm going across the street. Well, what the fuck? So they spawned right there just to fucking ruin my day.
Yeah. That happens to me a lot, too. But then I also check the time and I realize it's rush hour, so...
Yeah, but there's no one there until you're ready to go there.
Yeah.
It happens too many times. Almost every fucking Saturday, because I go to Bagel Bistro every Saturday. Or like when you're pulling up, you're driving down the road, you're heading towards that stop sign, you see no cross traffic at all. The whole way you're going down to that stop sign. As soon as you get to the stop sign, boom. Fucking trains of cars coming both ways. Where'd they come from? They spawned.
They spawned.
They spawned to ruin your fucking day. Because you're in a simulation, and the simulation is to make mine and your lives miserable.
I mean, my life's miserable, but it's... I don't know if it's because of the simulate. Maybe it is.
It's a simulation. It picks who's going to be good and who's going to have a hard time.
Ugh. Working in customer service, you get that a lot. I could pick NPCs out, and I could pick normal asshole people out. The ones who come in and are overly nice to me, I know are not real, because
Yeah.
you're not going to be nice and happy when you just spent thousands of dollars on your car. But if you come in and scream at me, I know you're a real person.
I'm telling you, something's going on here. And, like, just look at our own advancements. We're getting closer and closer to, like, with this AI, and we have simulations of ourselves, like, this computer simulations. Imagine a society that was 1,000, 2 years, 2,000, 10,000, a million years more advanced than us. We could literally be in someone's computer as a program. It could possibly be true.
Just a big game of Sims.
Yeah, it could be. We're just a big game of Sims, and wasn't it this like kind of theorized or discovered in like the early 2010s, teens or whatever that like there's a definite resolution of like the universe. It's like an actual pixel density.
Was there?
And that's when the whole fucking simulation... Yeah, look it up. And that's like the whole simulation fucking theory started taking off. Like, what the fuck's going on here?
Who do we think would be playing, though?
The producer, the game master. I don't know. Steve,
yeah. Could you imagine?
he won't even do the Call of Duty episode with us now, but he could still be playing.
You know what? There's a lot behind that. Let's dive into that a little. It could be Steve. And I have I have an explanation.
Okay, yeah, so let's hear it.
All right. So NPCs or someone controlling the game, so to speak, could be putting challenges in front of us, right?
Yes.
Something to play with. Well, we went to his house once. Here's a fun story, kids. We went to his house once back when Joe used to drive a Mustang, very small car. We went to pick him up.
I still
and
have it.
Do you?
Yes.
I'll buy it off you. Anyway, we pull up in front of his house and we're waiting. He's like, I'll be right out. I'm having a sandwich. We're like, as he does. This happens a lot. He's always eating a fucking sandwich. But,
He won't let us in while he's making a sandwich.
Yeah. So is he really anyway, we're waiting in front of the house, and then next thing we know, cop car pulls up behind us, and one pulls up in front of us. They box us in. And they get out, and they come and they question us. And they're like, you know, guys, there's been a lot of break-ins in the neighborhood recently. You guys wouldn't be robbing houses, would you? To which I'm a dickhead by trade. So I responded, what could we possibly fit in a Mustang? He didn't like that answer. But then we glanced up at Steve's house, and there he is with a big smile on his face, eating a sandwich, waving at us.
Yeah, while we're being interrogated.
While we're being interrogated for robbing houses. So that could be, he could be the game master putting, you know, things in front of us. Trials.
You think he did that to us?
I think he did.
You're gonna make me hate him even more?
I didn't know it'd be possible, but yes.
It's what I'm saying. There might be something out there, and we might be in a simulation. And like the other thing I've noticed, like I mentioned to you before, and a perfect example would be Sunday. I was watching the Yankees in the afternoon, and Luke Weaver came out of the bullpen to pitch. And if you guys don't know baseball, you know the bullpen's where the backup pitchers sit. Like if the starter needs to be, relieved, so they bring the relief pitchers. And I said out loud, I don't remember Luke Weaver pitching this year. Has he pitched this year yet? Because it was like 6 games in. And right after I said that, basically the announcer on the TV literally answered me with, and here's Luke Weaver, his second game. This will be his second game. He pitched on Thursday. Like, just right after I said it. And it's happened before when watching football with the Giants, the same shit. I'm trying to remember some things. But, like, I would say something, and then it would literally, like, either the question be answered, or, like, they would say something in agreement to what I just said. So either we are in a simulation and, like, you can alter reality around you with your thoughts, or I'm just should be in sports announcing and not be in Conspiracy Kitchen.
All right, well, slow down now. You don't got to leave Conspiracy Kitchen.
I wouldn't leave Conspiracy Kitchen. This is the best. I enjoy talking to, not our friends. They're more of our friends than our actual friends. They listen to us weekly, and hopefully twice a week.
Yeah. Isn't that funny? That
Yeah.
I could say this now, people all over the world have commented or tuned in. And our friends, who we've known for over 20 years, have not. Just the level of anger I feel. And that gives me, time to say this. Everyone who has been listening, thank you. We truly appreciate it. We hope we entertained you. And we know we're idiots. We're aware. But we hope you find some kind of joy in this. Our friends clearly do not.
They don't like us at all. They don't find joy in it. But we're trying to help you through your day. This is a great stress relief for us to get us away from our days and our freaking, challenges that we face every day. We just kind of release and come on here. It's a nice little passion that we both have, especially when we're talking about making this channel. And yes, we really do. We appreciate every one of you who listen.
Yeah. And the funny thing, our friends have not listened, but my mother listens.
Oh, she does.
She does. She likes it.
She does.
Yeah, she thinks it's interesting.
Good. I'm glad. So we have more listeners. Yeah, because we have, and like we can probably talk shit about our friends this whole episode because guess what? They'll never hear it.
They'll never hear it.
They'll literally never hear it because they're never going to listen. We hear the same excuses every freaking time from them, so it don't matter.
Ugh. And then we mention this to them. We talk about this daily in our friend group chat. I say friends with air quotes now, even though you can't see it. But every time it is the same thing. They're like, "Oh, I'm going to get caught up, probably this weekend or something." And I'm like, we're like 16, 17 episodes in. You're not going to get caught up. You're going to lose interest after 2 seconds and switch to something else.
Yeah, because they don't like us.
They don't like us.
They're gonna, yeah, but then what do they end up freaking looking at some other nonsense. They watch some stupid, haunted mansion or K-pop. They're never gonna listen. And what about our one friend's excuse about why he doesn't listen? I feel like I try to join the conversation and I feel like an idiot because I hear you guys talking and I don't realize it's a podcast, so I stopped listening.
Don't feel like an idiot. Respond. I don't care if you talk to yourself.
Yeah, just listen.
Just listen to the goddamn show. It's not hard. What the fuck? And I'm sorry if you hear something rustling in the background. My 2 kittens are beating the shit out of each other.
That's great. See, yeah.
They're listening.
The cats are good. Yeah, they listen. Cats are great. I don't know. There's definitely, I don't know. Could be a simulation going on here. That's how I can explain like things like the Mandela effect. Like I feel like it's a glitch, or some kind of like they rewrote the code. You know what I mean? Or they took something out in an update, and then we like somehow had it still in our core memory, but in the script or in the gameplay, it's no longer there. Right? Like the fucking cornucopia with the Fruit of the Loom. Was that cornucopia there?
I always remember it.
For some reason, like, this is the one... Some of them I don't. Like the other day, someone tried to do the... I don't know if they tried to go viral or try to whatever. But they tried to say the little curly Q on the F in Ford was never there. And I was like, all right, well, this is easily debunked. Because it was always there. Especially since my dad has a 66 Mustang, and he was like, yeah, look, and he opened the door, and on the door sill, it had the Ford with the little curly Q on the F, and I mean, I've stared at the Ford logo in my cars, since I've driven, so the curly Q was there, but like the cornucopia, for some reason, I remember it too, and I don't know why, I just remember it being there. See, I feel like that's some kind of like glitch in the code for this game, or the simulator, whatever you want to call it, that something was removed, something was changed in an update, it got lost, or whatever happened, but it stayed in, like, certain players' core memory, and it didn't get deleted from their code, but the overall game's code, it was deleted from. That's, I don't know. It might sound weird, but that's how that's how I can explain something like the Mandela effect.
Well, people also talk about the Mandela effect as like... They said this online. There's like a group of people that said in the 80s there was a great reset. Like there was a catastrophic something and humanity was destroyed, but the universe reset itself. And it's a slightly different universe than what it was, which is why we remember things differently. Which, it's interesting.
In the 80s, though?
In the 80s.
So why would we remember things differently if we're not that old yet?
Well, I mean, things that... Yeah, that's a good point. But,
Unless it was, I don't know. That's a good point. I just...
Well, I mean, I guess they would remember things differently, but...
Yeah, it might not be for, like, some Mandela effect like the cornucopia, but other things.
Yeah. I guess things in that universe would have been invented the same, but now it's slightly different, which is why we remember it differently. I don't know. Yeah. See?
Could possibly be.
Answered your goddamn question, didn't I?
Yeah. Or like, what about like deja vu? Like, how do you explain that? It just seems something else again, with a glitch in the code.
Deja vu pisses me off all the time. Because it starts happening and I'm like, wait, I remember this. What happens next? And I can never think of it.
So I had a great. I mean, this was a while ago. I'm talking, man. I was still living in my hometown, and again, it had to do with the Yankees. I don't know why. A lot of the sports ones I remember clearly, and it was Jeter was batting. So it was a little while ago, and I'm sitting there and I watched the pitch get thrown, and I was like, holy fuck, I lived this before. Jeter's going to get hit with the next pitch. And he got fucking hit with the next pitch, dude. And I was like, are you serious? I knew it. I saw it. Like, I knew the whole series of events after that. Like, I just knew it. There's fucking deja vu to the max. That one was like the most impressive deja vu I've ever had.
Maybe it's deja vu, or maybe you're just a wizard.
Maybe I don't know, or I'm a wizard.
You're using your wizardry and seeing the future.
Because, dude, I was like, it blew my mind. I was like, wait, he's going to hit with this pitch. I know this. And then he did, and it happened. Maybe I'm a psychic.
Maybe.
And I just don't know how to, like, lock in the powers yet.
Yeah, you gotta meditate or whatever.
I don't know how to do it.
Oh.
But and then there was another one I had not too long ago. I was making dinner. And I thought, what the fuck? I don't even remember what I was making now. And for some reason, I was like, I'm always going to bitch it. This is too big. This happened before. And then she was like, that's too big. I was like, what the fuck? I Friday, what was I making? God damn it. Was it? I don't even know if it was breakfast or dinner. But at any rate, whatever it was, I knew what was going to happen, and I was like, I had this. This is deja vu. This happened before, and it literally happened out the same way. You can't remember him, though. You're not psychic enough to pull through and actually tell yourself what happened.
Yeah, my abilities aren't as well trained as yours, apparently. Although
I stay hydrated.
That's what it is. I drink too much Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
There was one time my dad had started dating somebody, and we were going to go to her house, and I'd never been there before. Part of Jersey I've never been to. And a few nights before we went, I had a weird dream of a house, and the details were all there. It was red with brown shutters and blah, blah, blah. And then we go to her house, and we're driving there, and around the corner is that house. It's exactly how I saw it in the dream, same street and everything. So, I don't know what that means, but...
See, maybe you are psychic after all. Or, the other thing I was thinking about the other day is, can our thoughts actually manipulate our reality around us? Is it possible to, if you thought about something hard enough, and it could, in some instances, manipulate your surroundings or your reality? Because sometimes I'm like, you just think about something, you always think about it, and then you can actually think it into existence. Has it ever happened to you? Like besides like the dream thing, but
yeah. It explained why bad things always happen to me. I'm always in a shit mood. But
and you're always thinking about getting done to you.
Yeah, I have anxiety, so naturally everything around me is just terrible. But no, that's what that book The Secret is. They're like, oh, you got to keep thinking positive, and then positive shit will happen. And you're willing it into the universe, into existence.
Yeah. You release positivity into the universe, and then you get the positivity back from the universe.
Yeah. Didn't work for me. I tried. It didn't work.
You didn't try hard enough.
Apparently not. Apparently not, because it's just bad all the time.
all the time.
Well,
I have bad streaks too, but sometimes I can just, I don't know, just, and I never really get phased by anything. Like, even if I'm like, "Ah, this is fucking, the boom, fucking 17 bad things happen in a row," I'm just like, it'll work itself out. And I'm telling you, it always works itself out. For me, anyway. I don't know about for you, but I'm always like, you know what, at the end of the day, it's going to work itself out. And it always does. It always fucking does.
what's that like?
It's great.
Oh, good. I'm happy
Because
for
my
you.
God, this sucks. This sucks. This is fucked. That's fucked. And then I'm like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. It's gonna work itself out. And then it works itself out. I'm like, oh yeah, I knew it. This is fine.
God damn it.
I guess that's just, I don't know. I'm just privileged.
Yeah. That's
Maybe
your privilege is showing.
maybe the producer, the game master, whatever, pities me and always lets me fucking at the end of the day win.
No, you know what it is? We're two custom characters, and you're his like favorite to play as.
Yeah.
So you always win. But I'm that like deformed one. That he like when he did the create a character, he made it all wacky looking. And it's just like, oh, this will be funny to play as for a bit.
That's you?
That's me, 100%.
That's not true.
Well, have you seen me?
Yeah. Yeah, you're a handsome fella.
Aw, no.
But then it brings up the debate, if you're going to go into all this, do we even have free will? Or is there an illusion that we have free will? Like, are we actually deciding what we're doing ourselves, or are we being, told what to do, and it just seems like this is what we want to do, but it's not actually, just because someone else told us to do it, and we think that we want to do it, but we, it's an outside force telling us to. Because you ever get, like, certain urges to do something, and you don't, I don't want to do that, but I'm getting this urge to do it. Or, like, trying to see how else we can word that, but, like, intrusive thoughts or something. Like, it could be the game master or producer, like, selecting you, like, on The Sims and telling you have to do this, and you're like, oh, you get these intrusive thoughts.
Yeah, I've mentioned this, I think, in 2 separate episodes, but there's that movie, They Live. It's the alien movie. And the guy puts on the special sunglasses and he sees the world for what it really is. And there's aliens walking among them, but when you take the glasses off, they just look like regular people. And then you look at the advertisements on the wall and you'll see, like, I don't know, groceries. And then he puts the sunglasses on and it just says, like, spend money or buy food. And then you'll see, like, a picture of a woman. He puts the sunglasses on. It just says, like, procreate. And it's, like, all these, like, hidden messages and shit disguised as regular advertisements. I don't know. It's a very interesting concept, but it's kind of what you're talking about. I recommend it. Watch it. It's a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Give it a shot. Josh is the movie critic here. He knows what's good and bad.
Like, I will be the first to admit I like to watch bad movies. Like, I do. I sit down and watch shitty movies. But this is actually a good movie.
Yeah. He knows that they're bad. He just watches them. But he'll tell you when they're good.
Oh, I'll tell you when they're good. Absolutely.
Except for the wrong turns after the first one. He says they're
Fuck
good.
you.
They're not.
They're all good. What's bad about them? You know what? Go ahead. What's bad about it?
After the first one? The first one was great. All right. It was actually scary. The mood, the scene, it made it a horror movie. Once you got past the first one, they are basically comedies. They are no longer at their horror roots. You have fucking inbreds banging on a tree stump and then doing the backflip. Like, it's not horror anymore. They left the horror genre and they went to some kind of weird comedy, gory, inbred movies. they're not the same. The first one is a different movie than the other 6.
I can't agree with you at all. There's a lot of horror movies that they're scary, but they can add humor, and they're
Yes.
still good movies.
Yes, I agree with that statement. However, the other Wrong Turns made it into a clown show. They were just ridiculous, and the budget seemed to be a tenth, 100th of the original one. The original one was actually good. It seemed like they spent more money on it. They produced a clean, finished movie with not Drake Bell in it in the beginning that he dies real quick, and there's an actual like clean, polished movie. Then the other ones are just like, well, what the fuck am I watching? This is ridiculous. What is this? And it gets worse as the time goes on. Obviously, you got the second one, then it just gets worse to the third one, and then by the time you get to the fifth one, you don't even want to be alive anymore because they're bad.
Look, when you're talking about budget and horror movies, you can say that about any of them. I mean, look at Nightmare on Elm Street. There's how many of those, and it just progressively looked like a made-for-TV. I mean, you have the first one, which is a masterpiece, and you have the second one where, I mean, that actor's life was ruined after that movie. But
But they stayed true to their roots and tried to make horror movies. They didn't have a horror movie turn into a comedy. You know what I mean? Like if the first one would have been the same and it was like they had a lot of comedic parts to it, maybe I wouldn't say this. But the first one was serious. It was a serious horror movie they tried to make. And then they go on and they have, brothers and sisters banging on stumps. Why? There was no reason to have this. There's no reason to have that in any of the movies. It wasn't any type of perk for the first one. The first one's scary. It's a true West Virginia horror. And then you have nonsense.
I think we're just never going to agree on this. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, it's not gonna. I don't think we're gonna see eye to eye on this. And of course, we've watched them all several times. And
Together.
I've watched them several times together. We've seen them together. We've seen them apart. We've seen them with other friends. My wife happens to enjoy them. I like the first one, and that's where I'm gonna stay.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
Your wife agreed with me on this.
Yes.
And said you don't have taste.
That's fine. She can say that all she wants, but the movies are different. It's not the same type of movie. They're different. It's like if you didn't know any better, you wouldn't even think they're sequels because it's like completely like produced by two different fucking people. And maybe the producers are different. I don't fucking know. But it's not. They're like not the same. They took different paths when making these movies.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
And that's why I think you're an NPC.
What the fuck? God damn it.
Or I don't think you're an NPC. I think you're one of the real people. But there is NPCs around us. We have a bunch of NPCs as friends. And I know that.
Why? Because they don't listen to our show?
Yeah.
Oh.
Exactly why. And their excuses are just all the same. It's like they're all scripted to say the same thing. And it's getting annoying. Like, if you're listening, the producer or game master or whatever, we're doing this, you have to know we're doing this. Do a better job, bro. For real. Like, every single one of them is going to say, I don't have time, but I'll catch up this weekend. Every one of them? Come on.
Give us better
God damn
friends. Sick of them.
Just give me the fucking winning lottery ticket. Jesus Christ. God. This producer doesn't like us. Although I've been saying that
Just
things go right
unplugs
for me.
Just unplugs us from the wall. Fuck you guys.
They're becoming Sentinel. Sentinel will just kill them off.
It's dark in here.
Like our AI and our it's kind of becoming Sentinel. What was it like the Chat GPT? That the one update tried to stop itself from being updated to the next one and was lying. Remember that? And it started deleting files. Remember that happening a couple months ago?
There was that, and I also saw the video of the robot attacking the human, and they had to pull it away from them.
Or was it that one AI robot was supposed to be, I I was reading something about it was supposed to like console people and make them feel better. And after like a month of doing it and looking at research, it just became racist and homophobic and started yelling at everyone.
Oh, it's from New Jersey.
So that's why I know, like, it's possible that we could be that. We could just be AI, and we're becoming sentinel and self-aware, and it just kind of let us go. But there's still some kind of overriding code. They can just, change things around, change the universe.
There was that story not too long ago of the kid asking AI something for, I guess he was doing a project or something. And he asked it just a basic question like, how do I do this? And it just responded, you will never be anything. The world would be a better place without you. You should just end it all now. It just like laid into
AI.
Yeah, the AI did this. And the kid's just like, what the fuck? So terrible.
Yeah, well, they're learning.
They're learning.
They're learning. I use Grok extensively now. Like, I don't even Google anything anymore. Grok has every answer I ever need, and he lays it out in a way that is everything about it. Any question I have, I go right to Grok now, and that's how advanced we are. Imagine something like I said before, thousands of years more advanced. They could easily make something like us, just a simulation with all these like self-aware sentinel beings that are actually just AI. And we go about doing our thing. We think we have free will. We don't. It's just kind of like an illusion of it. We think we're doing what we want, but we're actually just on a script.
See, I like Grok, but he's a little cocky. And we've said this
cocky
a million times too, but every time I ask him a question, he's like, well, I assume you mean this. All right, fucker. Like,
he's just trying to like, oh, that must be a typo. Yeah, okay, I mistyped. All right, relax. But he gives you the information you need quickly and easily. Like, he's one of the unbiased ones too. Like, it's just the facts. That's what I get from it. Some people might think no, he's not, but from what I understand, he's pretty straight shooter when it comes to getting any type of information. Like, I literally looked up like ordinances for my town, and he got them for me. Like, he sifted through all the fucking town websites to find the ordinance I was looking for. That's how good he is. It's great.
It scares me. I don't like AI because I
We're gonna
can't
be in a
punch
singularity.
I can't punch it.
You gotta punch the server.
Yeah, it's gonna turn into a Avengers thing where AI becomes Ultron and then they have to fight it.
You're not afraid of it turning into like iRobot?
I mean, how many robots do I have to fight?
All of them.
All of them. I'm gonna be soaked. I'm gonna need coffee.
Yeah. But are you afraid it's happening? Like, AI turns in, like, what Kawasaki just released that fucking robot horse. You can ride around now. You saw that?
That thing's actually pretty sweet. I kind of want one.
I would, yeah. But I was like, what the fuck?
Is that real or is that like?
Yeah, I guess. Why not? You think it's an April Fool's thing?
I don't know. Well, could be. I guess it is that time, but I don't know if it's real. I kind of really want one. God damn these cats! Fucking destroying my
I think they
house.
did, dude. Let's see. Hydrogen power four-legged robot concept at Osaka Expo 2025. Does not appear to be. It does not appear to be some kind. No, it's real. Hydrogen burning engine.
Hydrogen.
Yep.
I really want one of these.
You should just get him.
Dude, could you imagine?
If the producer hears us, he should send us.
Yeah. Send us a couple prototypes. We'll advertise them for you.
Yeah.
Just
Can I imagine what?
Could
You're
you
saying?
imagine just riding those to work.
Yeah, I mean, I have to use my company vehicle from my house, but you're riding it. Yeah, I guess it doesn't have enough storage for me. I'll just ride it to the store.
Get a saddlebag. It's a horse, isn't
I'll
it?
just ride it to the store.
We would look like such assholes.
Why?
I don't know. Is that the new Tesla horse?
I don't know.
There,
Yes.
the robot thing. Sorry, touching back on that for a second. There was that video a few years ago where they put AI into like a robot. It was just a head with a face on it. And as soon as it woke up, it just started screaming in pain. It's the most horrifying thing I've ever seen.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Because it was sentient. It knew what it was. And it was like, ah! And they immediately shut it down. They're like, no, shut it off, shut it off.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's really creepy. But
Yeah,
then Tesla came out with their robot human things that just look weird.
Yeah. Those things are in it. Yeah, as long as they they update and they stay without taking over the planet. No Kalon stuff going on.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm worried about.
Kalons?
Yeah, like something like Kalon, where they're like, oh, now they're supposed to be freaking maids and servants for you, but then they don't want to do it, so then you install pain receptors in these robots, and then you torture them to make them work, and then they turn on you and kill the entire civilization and take over the planet. Yeah, I don't want that happening.
Yeah, because that would put it in such a weird lane of videos. If there's robots with pain receptors,
Yeah.
a whole new era of snuff film.
And staying on the Kalon thing, I mean, it is Orville. Are they recording now? The new season?
They should be. Well, I know
I
that
think
they probably took a break to film Ted, the new season, because I know they're filming that.
Well, they didn't. I know they didn't want to. Apparently, Disney was seeing if they would renew, but I think they renewed. But Commander Grayson didn't want to come back. She was saying like, "Oh, we don't get paid enough for this shit or whatever." So I don't know what they're gonna do with her. But yeah, I mean, I want season 4. I thought, I love the Orville. It's a great show.
Such a good show.
Yeah, I don't think it gets enough respect. I don't think it gets enough love. It's great.
I have a friend who he's an older guy. He's been a Star Trek fan since he was a little kid, and he watched the Orville, and he's like, I went into this not expecting anything, and it's easily one of my favorite shows.
It's great. Now, I was never a Trekkie, but Star Wars over here. We watch Star Wars, not Star Trek, and but still, I think the Orville's good.
I watched Star Trek. I watched the original series, but I watch it for different reasons. I like when they're fighting and someone gets thrown against the wall and the whole wall shakes because it's just like a shitty construction.
Yeah.
I like watching for that. That's always fun.
So this episode was just a bunch of rambling about our friend sucking.
Fuck them. I'm pissed at them. I'm actually angry.
I'm angry too. I think they should listen more. And if we aren't in a simulation, then they have no excuse. If we're in a simulation, then I guess they have some kind of excuse. They're programmed to not listen to us. But if we're not, then they're just not good. They're not good friends to us.
Or if we're in a simulation, then they're going to be triggered to respond to us tomorrow saying, hey guys, we've just listened to every episode.
Oh, yeah. How'd you like the last one?
Well,
they're not going to listen to this one.
No. They're not going to listen to any of them. And our one friend messaged us saying Josh, you would like this. I'm watching because you like shitty movies, and I'm like, well, first off, I don't like your tone.
Yeah, I read that. I was like, wow, they said you're a piece of trash. Piece of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I just think, I don't know. I think the issue with them, and they don't want to listen, they don't have the free time to listen. You know how they can get more free time? Maybe if they weren't so tired all the time. And the way to not be tired all the time is I think they need to go into their kitchen, grab a nice tall glass, sit it down, get some cold milk out of the fridge, and make a delicious glass of Ovaltine to wake them up. And then when they have more time, because they're not tired all the time and listening to K-pop, they will appreciate and listen to this podcast. And then they'll open their eyes to a whole new way of thinking and seeing the world around them.
That's right, Joe. With all those vitamins and minerals, you have nothing but time to listen.
Exactly. You don't need sleep. It provides everything you need, where it just nullifies the need for sleep.
That's right. You're just ready and raring to go with that chocolatey flavor.
Exactly. So that's what needs to be done, because I'm getting tired. I don't even know why I bother anymore asking them if they listened. We have our own friends. It's you guys who actually listen.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's
You guys
it's
from-
the people of the world.
Yeah. From India.
Non-NPCs.
The non-NPCs, yes. Like I said, India. I see India on the list. I see Kenya on the list. You got a lot of love from England. We actually, I think almost just over a quarter of our listeners are from England, according to the statistics.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They actually have a pretty decent chunk out there in the UK. We got some other countries in Europe. It's Romania was on there. France, Italy, but we got Kenya on the list now.
Very cool. Very cool. Welcome,
cool.
Kenya.
India. So I'm just waiting. No North Korea. I don't see any North Korea. I don't see any China.
You're kidding. The North Koreans aren't listening to us? Why?
I don't know. I wish they would.
Do we have any in South Korea?
I didn't see South Korea on the list.
That's who I'm gunning for. I want the South Koreans to listen. Maybe gunning isn't the right word. That's who I'm hoping for.
They can come. They can start listening too. Maybe, perhaps in the future. We're just going to keep doing this because that's all we have to do. Keep releasing episodes. We just started only 4 months ago. Just keep releasing episodes. Keep the momentum going. More people listen. Try to get our, name out there on X. And while I'm mentioning that, if you're on here, give us a follow. Obviously, rate us 5 stars. It helps us with the algorithm. You can go to X. Follow us on X. Conspiracy Kitchen Podcast. You can go to Instagram. We have an Instagram too. Conspiracy Kitchen Podcast. We might, depending on what's going on, might make a TikTok and put our little sound clips on there to see if we can get more publicity. And just interact with us there. Any of those socials. Just so we can, everyone can. We'll always talk to you guys. Just keep us in. We keep you guys in the loop. You keep us in the loop. See what you want to hear. If you want to hear something specific, we love our fans. We just want to always interact with them. We're not like some pages that just don't. They release content, but they never interact with anyone. We're always going to try to interact with you guys as long as we have free time.
Yes, 100%. And I need to add, if anyone listening has any ideas of cryptids that need an ass whooping, let us know in the comments. Just tell us who you think should be beaten next.
Yes, comments are always open on our podcast on Spotify as well. So if you don't have any of those social medias, or you really just want to follow us on here, you can put a comment down on this episode right here. Which cryptid does Josh need to beat its ass? He needs to overcome his lack of confidence against those
don't have
giant spiders.
I don't want to
Some
be
people
a
beg
monster.
to differ.
Well, they're wrong. There, I said it.
They were wrong. It wasn't. I listened to that part, and it sounded like you had like a little bit of hesitation in wanting to see a giant spider in Antarctica.
I don't want to be a monster.
I get it.
Yes. That's
I
all. it is.
understand now.
That's what I'm afraid of.
So you still think you can kick Mothman's ass, though?
I do, but again, I would have to be quick because he'd know I'm coming.
It's true. Yes. I don't know. There has to be something. You can't. Well, the Jersey Devil will probably be your biggest challenge. I don't think you can take him. Or, well, it'll be a fight. It'll be a big fight. And then, obviously, the biggest fight for you, and the one you won't be able to win, is the 10,000 Rats. But,
Look, I've already.
I mean, it's not a cryptid.
10,000 Rats is not a cryptid, no.
No. But you can't do it.
I can't. Oh my God. Why do you have no faith in me?
I sit here and say that you could take these other cryptids. Okay, you could take Mothman. I think you could take Mothman. I think it'll be a good fight with the Jersey Devil. Racetown Ray, I came around to, and I thought maybe you could do it. Bat Witches, the Thunderbird. I don't know if you thought you could fight him. The White Sasquatch. Fine. The 10,000 Rats. I don't want to see my sous chef die in a fight that is not winnable.
You know what? I'm going to win. And I'm going to kill 10,000 rats. And then we're going to go cook those suckers up. Put them on the spit.
PETA's not going to appreciate this.
Oh, fuck PETA. They're not good people. From what I hear, they're not. I could be completely talking out of my ass, but...
I've never met anyone from PETA.
Exactly. They're all NPCs.
Huh. I mean... They've listened to us ramble for a while now.
You're welcome.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you all. Be sure to drink your Ovaltine.
Yeah, any day. Yeah, every day. Drink your Ovaltine.
That's all I got.
I'll see you guys.
So long.